Congratulations, newly married motherfucker.
Congratulations to you, too.
I appreciate you,
We're
bro.
both married.
It's been a minute. You had a proper one, though. Proper wedding. I'm gonna do something nice next year. We'll see what happens.
Did you appreciate as a guest that you didn't have to watch me get married in the early afternoon? You had the day to yourself.
Absolutely,
That's what I was thinking.
And the whole
What do
time,
you
and a
mean?
lot of people were talking about, I've never seen this, where they hired a videographer that did the officiation earlier that day, and then the wedding reception is later that night. And they had the whole video edited
Like for you at night.
and projected it for the
That's
wedding party.
crazy.
I was like,
Yeah.
whoa, what the fuck?
How much does that cost?
Not cheap.
Yeah, I should get into that.
What
But
that
those
whole
guys-
what
I
that
should
whole
get
thing
into that
run you? I was
industry.
you know you're from like
I plead the Fifth Amendment.
Same day editing, like with music.
You know it's
and-
enough money when your
Oh.
wife, when your wife's like, never tell anybody what
we spent on
we
this.
spent on this.
Yeah, exactly. And you could tell. By the way, you know you don't come from money. Like me and Max are sitting there like in suits. Like, what do you think this whole thing ran? Like, that's how you know. You're fucking broke as shit.
Dude,
You're
I don't-
you have poor tendencies.
I don't come from it either.
He goes 50 at least, and we're literally looking up, like you did, like you had a ceiling installation or some shit.
I don't come from it either, and
Did it make you uncomfortable? All the expenses she proposed. I mean, the end product
it's
speaks
funny
for itself.
It's funny when you are somebody that doesn't have money, and then you're marrying maybe into somebody that has a little bit more than you have, and the way they think about it is so different from how you think about it, and you start to see how like you don't like you stick out in your thinking.
It's exactly that whole bit Sebastian does about his wife comes from money, he doesn't.
Yeah,
and they do retreats and talk and like spend time.
Like
And he's
my wife has so many memories as a child where they like did a thing. They went to like Disneyland, and she's like,
she's got the photos.
they had so much fun, and they were doing activities. Even if they were small, they would go to an orchard to pick apples and like cut a tree for Christmas. Stuff that
like
didn't cost
storybook
money.
childhood
Stuff that was
Yeah.
fun. It was obviously at home. You know, Italians can be tense. Any cultural people are very anxious.
Is your girl Italian as well?
She's Italian and Greek.
Oh yeah.
So her family is like very, very passionate, same way like my family is. But when you see like how they make decisions about money, like I was like, okay, we can't spend this on this. But it's like nobody gives a fuck. Like I'm the only one that cared about it.
Yeah.
Like trying to manage
Like we
it.
can't spend $1,400 on napkins or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're just like
You're like,
fine
actually,
with
you
it.
nailed that, by
like,
the way.
whoa, fuck. I guess I'm just a dummy. I don't know.
But you guys paid it off, right? Oh, by
Yeah,
the way,
there's no-
did you counted all the money you got? Percentage wise, what did it? They always say like, ooh, you know, it'll what you collect will pay back the wedding.
Well, it doesn't really.
You had a tiny wedding. Though.
If
Sorry,
yeah.
as far as like you had what 120 people there.
No, it's like 99 almost.
Okay.
Or 95.
Yeah.
A lot of my family didn't go, but I mean, a percentage of what it was, it wouldn't mean anything because you wouldn't know how much I spent on the wedding.
But well, that's what I'm saying. Percentage. I don't know any number, but like I'm saying, how much came in? Because Arabic lore is like, oh man, these Lebanese weddings, you make money on the wedding. They always say you make money.
I think that those people are talking about.
but
Like,
they
you
have
ever watch?
250.
Have you ever watched The Godfather?
Yeah.
Like
See?
back then, a wedding that would be say like a wedding is like 40 grand.
Uh.
A good wedding today costs like 40 grand or something like that.
Now I know you spent 60.
Whatever.
He's saying a default.
Whatever it is.
Yeah,
Say
yeah.
the wedding's 60. Say
Yeah,
it's 80.
yeah,
whatever
yeah.
it is. Back in the day, you could have that equivalent for like $4,000.
Yeah, I know.
So that's why every cultural uncle will be like, "You're gonna make money on the wedding." It's like, you're not.
Yeah.
You're
Okay,
gonna
so-
get money to help you start your life, but
Yeah.
you don't like make money on the wedding. Like
Yeah.
you have a wedding to do that. You have a wedding to have a party with your friends,
Correct.
in a place, and that was achieved.
When they say make money, that wasn't the reason to have the wedding. They're just
Well,
saying
back
like,
then it
don't worry
was.
about the cost.
But back then it was
Well, now they're like, don't worry about the cost because you'll get it all back.
worry about the cost. Yeah.
And then it's like a lot of my friends, they came close to breaking even. I don't know anyone that actually made money. And then yours, because the Arab ones are twice the size,
Yeah.
and probably half the price. So yours is you have less people there. So the only way for you to break even is for people to be giving you envelopes of like 1,200 to like $2,000.
Yeah, it
probably.
would have to be a lot.
Yeah. So I'm just like wondering about that. So
I've just
they
been
did
thinking
not
about that for 3
accumulate. Yeah.
days.
So the money that came in did not negate
No,
the
no,
wedding.
no, no.
Not even close.
No.
Yeah, I figured. It was nice
Just a
though.
little bit.
Yeah, it was nice.
Open bar. It was fucking
live band,
Oh, buddy.
live artist.
Oh, that live artist. Yeah, I went up to him. I told him, I'm like, dude, just fucking. Do you have the final thing now?
It's actually in my car. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's fucking.
I gotta bring it upstairs, but that's what I mean about people. So we were talking about this before the show started. He wasn't fully paid. That guy. A couple of the
Who
vendors
was paid?
Our wedding planner was fully paid. The band was.
She was MIA, just smoking the whole time.
She did a fantastic job, I think, across the board. But there's just certain things, especially like we've done the tour. Like there's just ways to run events and like really make it so that what I learned in the wedding business is if I hire you and you, like through a wedding planner, but you know the wedding planner, it's you guys versus us almost. Like
really?
Like they're not presenting it like that, but they're very together. In
Gotcha.
It's like, oh, I've worked with her before. She's very organized. Oh, the day's gonna be like this, and like side conversations, and like you almost feel like you're not
in a
the
back
client.
seat.
Yeah, you're not
They're
the
front
client.
seat. Yeah.
You could tell that there's a whole business to just like.
They're like, we do weddings nonstop. Don't even worry. You're just doing one.
It would be the equivalent of like you moving into a neighborhood that the mob does the garbage of, and you go to take your garbage out one day, and a guy goes, "No, don't worry about it." You're like, "What?" Like that's just how it is, and nobody asks questions. You're like, "What? That's just how it is." What do you mean?
Is the garbage going to be taken out? I said no questions.
I spent money to be here. They're like, "It doesn't matter."
You're like, go
But the
leave the
photographer wasn't fully paid.
in the zone.
Oh man, like, he had like a team with them. We were supposed to do photographer pictures in the day.
Yeah.
But there was like a confusion with who was getting makeup. So my wife got makeup last, which like we were gonna do pictures in the old Montreal, but you guys were at the cocktail party, so you would have seen us, and it takes away from like seeing people that's the first time as a married couple.
Yeah.
So we did it at night,
Yeah.
which was way fucking better.
The photos.
At night. It
Really?
was crazy because we were outside and everybody was like celebrating that we were married.
Yeah. Like strangers, you say.
Strangers.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Arabs, you know, Arabs, they do that like.
Yeah.
So many of them were doing that.
Of course
and
they were.
You could just hear it all across the city. There was a fucking car parked in a doorway because the guy's like, okay, we'll take you through the doorway. Guy got in his car and moved it. So we could have the pictures and shit. There's this flower store that it's old Montreal, so there's all like wood buildings that look like they got dragged out of the lake, and there's like flowers. Like looks like we put these flowers all over this door, and it was all lit up. It was like it's way better at night.
Damn.
He had all this like night shit he was doing.
That's a high level photographer right there. His
Oh, he was high
suggestion.
level. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking
And
about.
he was like on the fly. He's like, okay, we can't do this. He go over to his team. He's like, that's
Did they have like
what we're gonna do.
the radios? Like they had the earpieces. Like, all right, camera 2, go over here.
I think-
Camera 2, go on the
I
balcony.
think at
the
some
Secret Service.
people
thing.
did.
Yeah.
I don't know if he did. They had a drone though for our wedding, like us
So
actually. getting
80K for sure. 80K for sure.
married. Yeah, that fucking.
He's like 6 figures. You need it for me.
Yeah.
Fuck.
900,000.
Killed me
There's
in that
some
video
weddings,
you
though.
watched. The video that you guys filmed of the officiant.
The name?
First of all, not just the name. It was great. It was pure. The whole comedy table exploded because like it's such a like bringing up somebody that you didn't really plan on saying the last name. He goes Jordan Policicchio. We're already dead. We're already dead. And then he's reading the thing, and then he literally goes, "All right, to officiant to step out of frame."
Yeah.
I'm like, is this a bit? This is
He
killing.
was funny, man. He was funny.
This is killing.
His whole energy was great.
He probably knew not to read it and still read it.
Yes, it was funny.
We were dying, bro. It was amazing.
And when I heard the laughs, I was like, "Oh, sick! It's good." Like that to me.
translated.
That
Yeah,
to me
yeah.
is what I was going for.
Yeah, pops.
I don't think you're even really trying to make a wedding video like that. So it's supposed to be 3 minutes. So he comes back. The guy was like Swedish. He comes back. He's like, "It's 9 minutes, but trust me, it's good. I've watched it a few times. It's an easy watch." I was like, "Okay." I was like,
Relax.
"Do you really think
Do you need a chair?
Do you really think I'm going to make you go back and cut 6 minutes right now? Like, it's not going to happen.
2/3 needs to come out. Okay, just give me a couple minutes.
Like, what? Can you color correct this? I don't know. What's
Did he have it ready way early or right before that moment?
He probably had it ready like about an hour before.
So I was thinking about it. So he knows he does this. So he knows exactly the questions he asks. He knows like I'm gonna put the answer to this here. Show them doing a little makeup. Like he's got a flow of. Otherwise, it's impossible to
Yeah,
cut.
it's
in a
already
day.
like a template.
Yeah,
100%,
otherwise you can't
100%.
have it ready for that day. So it's like he came, he hit you with the exact questions.
I
right?
haven't seen the video, so I have no idea what it even looks like.
Oh, that's hilarious.
So we get it after.
Yeah, well, you're both ready. It shows you getting ready, and then he says like something special about Deanna. She said something special about Jordan. And she says some stuff. It was cute. You said some stuff. It was cute. They bring the officiant. She says her thing. You say your thing. And then it fucking rolled up, and then you guys pulled up. Yeah, it was like it was just very impressive to be like, whoa, that was filmed earlier today.
Yeah,
damn.
And my friend,
that's when we were like, that's when Maxwell came in and was like, what do you think that cost? What do you think that video cost?
120.
I'm like, probably $8,000 at least. Probably.
Our friend was
I'm taking these napkins, by the way.
Our friend was getting like a bagel like in the street there, and she heard the officiant say like, your husband and wife. I was like, oh, you could hear that on the street because it was on mic on the.
Oh,
PA
yeah?
system.
Oh, I had no idea.
Yeah.
That whole area is so nice, though, dude.
Oh,
Just
yeah,
that spot, like that little hall thing.
Dude, just being in Old Montreal there.
Yeah. No, that was doing a wedding right.
Yeah, thank
Your
you.
parents were happy? Your dad took a video at some point at the beginning, and he just put the camera in my face. And I was like, Mazel Tov. And then I was like, why did I say that? He's
My
like,
dad did like a bit on his speech. He said that like Frank, my father-in-law, would be like an emperor in Rome, and that my dad would be his slave for some reason.
there's so many off-putting a little bit. The girl who sang was great.
Oh my God, Ariana. So
And
she is
Deanna's sister was great.
yeah.
Her speech was really, like, really.
So Ariana,
emotional.
the girl that sang,
Ariana.
when I first
Dun, 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 dun.
like a fucking band.
Yeah, it's a fucking Maron runs up. Ariana.
She only eats bull
Ariana
tongue.
Estevana. Wambaragangang.
So there was a church thing with the family one time. This is the first time I'd ever been exposed to her singing. And I'm like, if you're talented at something, obviously as a comedian, I'm living out my dreams. I want you to do that. Yeah. So I like, who's singing? Is it somebody singing? Because she was way up like where the organ was.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, that's my cousin Ariana. And I was like, what?
Yeah.
They're like, yeah. And I go up to like the table, the family table. I was like, is she like in?
Go to YouTube.
Is she in something? Is she in?
Does she do this?
No.
Yeah.
They're like, no, she's in Baton.
Type in UN space BEL DI.
So I was like, throw that baton out the window.
Yeah.
Like we got to get her on
Press enter.
like Canada's Got Talent or something.
No, she's fucking like this is her like probably that second one. Click that. Like this type of vibe.
Take control of your health.
Like the Simpsons had it. You guys don't know the Simpsons that well. Like when Barney Gumble was singing in the bathroom. Oh, it's like very angelic in the high Vatican church ceiling.
Yeah, like God might appear. It's
exactly.
It's so pure. Yeah.
We're all just there like, damn.
I know. I was like, what the fuck is going on?
We started. Max came in. How much you think they paid her? I don't think she's getting paid.
She's getting paid. Yeah, she's so good. So
Or just like one tear is coming down.
she'll never listen to this podcast. So my goal is to record her singing, and then when CGT submit it.
Yeah, that's real good.
Because then
she was really good. Like it was like, whoa.
Yeah, you know when somebody tries to sing and you're like, you don't got it.
Yeah, she had it.
You know immediately when somebody has.
And
it.
I assume she sings full time or something. I assume
she
she's
sings
a
in
singer.
the church.
Yeah.
But that's like, it's like somebody that's Amish.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
In the
It's
singing
like
game,
pickup basketball.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like, yo, that guy's a professional. No, he plays pickup every Thursday or whatever,
and
right?
he's just really good.
He's really good. He just happens to be really good.
Doesn't believe in himself, but he's good.
Gus's speech could barely hear the guy. I was like, bro, near the end, I think he started to pick it up, but he's like, man, Jordan.
Some people are timid on the mic too. You know?
Jordan, he's a brother.
No, it's sick. It's sick to be married. It legitimizes your family, I think. For you and your person, you're good.
Yeah, imagine it from my point of view, where it's like my mom would not.
even
There's
more.
bro, it's like the peace that it has brought. Like they don't even acknowledge dating. So it's like you're either married or you're not.
Or
so
you're
it's
gay.
like, yeah, exactly. So
What the hell?
For 4 years,
Yeah.
I couldn't even bring her to the house. It was just so weird. And now my mom's like, "How's Andrea? How's it?" Like, it's like so much peace, bro. It's fucking.
Yeah.
And all of society is set up to acknowledge nothing but marriage.
Yes.
If we're going to the States, they're like, oh, common law, 4 years, kill yourself.
Yeah.
You're coming alone. We don't acknowledge nothing.
Can't make
but the
decisions for
fucking
yourself?
Certificate.
Yeah.
Like everything is set up. Oh, you're married? Oh, welcome to tax benefits for some reason.
Hell yes.
You're like, okay, wait, what is... There's a
found that-
vested interest. I think marriage pretty much lowers the risk level of like a lot of married... An area with a lot of married people has a lot less risk than an area with a lot of single people.
I think it just means that there's a check and balance because there's two united people with the same goal. Like
There's a whole policing system within the house.
Within the house.
There's less risk on like... For the city as a whole or the township as a whole with more marriage. So all of society pushes you towards marriage.
It's also interesting when, like, I think Max probably, our friend, got married really young. Like, he was married really young.
Yeah, him and Tisha met when they were 5.
Yeah, that's crazy.
They met in kindergarten. Just love at first sight.
It's just like when you're married so young, the concept of it probably doesn't feel as like wholesome as if like you
If
dated,
you dated for and
and then you get
20s.
married. You like it's almost like you win a championship ring.
Yeah, I know. And there's
You
like
climbed over the hurdle.
It's weird because I was in London this weekend. Jawad, who you met before, I'm pretty sure, my buddy, he opened up his pool, and a lot of my friends came. All of them mostly have kids, and a couple of them are pregnant. So like everybody's like living early 30s. That's like most of life. People are starting a family. I'm telling them, Andrea's pregnant. We're expecting. It's like everything's great, like everything. But then when you come back to Toronto and I'm in the comedy scene,
Doesn't mean that
everyone's like, "You got married?"
Yeah,
And everyone's like, "You're having a kid?" And they look at you with this thing
Like you're done.
You're done.
Yeah.
You're fucking done, dude. Like
You're not.
he's
You're actually gonna
gone.
hit another-
It's literally like saying like, "Oh, you're quitting." Oh,
Yeah.
He quit, dude.
100%.
The way they say it, I'm like, this is not reality. Some of us stay in the scene so long, and like, God forbid you were raised in Toronto, and like, you only people you know are really like city folk. Because when you're from outside, it's like everyone's starting families, living a regular life. We think that the comedy scene is like, this is the artificial thing we're living. We're like, oh, we get all our sustenance of life out of these laughter and nothing else. And it's like, yo, you got married, bro. Bro, you got to hang out till 1. And
Well,
otherwise, you're not going to make it.
In defense of that thinking, though, for as kids, we watch our parents get married. They stopped doing shit. Like it's not like you did anything, but
because our parents got married because of the whole thing of like you got to get married.
You have to, yeah.
Like there's no like, yo, I've
Choice.
met this amazing person. I've lived with them for multiple years.
Yeah.
It used to just be like, yo, you fucking. My parents knew each other 2 weeks. And then got married, had 6 kids, and it was a war zone for 30 years. You know what I mean? Like, that's why a lot of people have that type of shit.
Yeah.
Whereas here, it's like, yo, we live... Like, if you live together before you get married, that changes, like, as far as from a statistical point of view, you're geared up to have a way more successful union. Just because it's a lot of times people get married, move in together, and like, well, what the fuck? Like...
That's why those jokes...
I always jerk off at 3 p.m. Like, you know what I mean?
That's why those jokes about hating your wife hit so hard to that like older generation
because they all do, and
they
it's
don't
like
really know their wife.
They were just supposed to get married at 22, 23. High school sweetheart is like Max is the only guy I know.
Yeah,
That used to be that used to be the fairy tale version of it. He was a high school. He was the captain of the football team. They were on prom. They were the king and queen of prom, and they were high school sweethearts. Like that is the pinnacle of love and everything in like the American apple pie story. Now it's like people are like, you're supposed to fuck around for 10 years, at least 15 years. The more in city you are, like New York, people get married early 40s if they get married, right?
Kids don't even happen until probably 40s.
Which, by the way, now I'm like, which a lot of people are doing now. I'm just like, I want to be 50 when my kid's like graduating school. I want to be like, I want to have the least gap because my dad had kids late and I see a big gap.
Yeah.
Big gap is weird, bro, especially when you're not an active father. So you're fucking falling apart too. And like, you're like, nowadays, I mean, Rogan's like 60 and he's like got the energy of a 30 year old.
But I mean,
so
he's
a
on,
trillionaire, right? Yeah.
And he's on every amazing thing you could be on.
Literally shit that we don't
See
even know
that shit
about
he was
yet.
kicking the other day?
No. Oh, the bag.
And he's just like, I love kicking.
He goes, and he tagged the guy that gave him fucking
like a
like
new knee.
Yeah, and no, he literally. How do you tag a guy that gave you stem cells? How's that just an Instagram page? Like Mike Stevens stem cells, bro.
Yeah, you gotta get
If
him
you
back.
fucking fuck your ACL, dude, Mike,
Yeah.
his stem cell lab.
At stem
It's
cell.
like, "God," you're like, yo, what?
What's
What do
funny
you
with
think?
Joe is he could just stop kicking.
I know. I was like, why are you still kicking, bro?
No. Joe can't stop kicking.
Yeah, he can't stop.
He needs it.
What are you guys thinking about this Tyson Paul? When is that, by the way?
Scam.
Yeah.
When is that, by the way?
Soon.
Like 2 weeks, maybe.
When you say scam,
It's not a real fight.
Yeah, I
so
don't.
what
think,
are the rules? Like, are they publicized the rules of like you can hit to the head? Does Tyson have to lose to make the most money?
No, the fight just has to go longer. But
You
the
know those
longer the fight goes, it benefits Jake Paul because he's younger.
Yeah.
So it has to go longer. As in, like,
No, it
if
doesn't
you
have to.
if you finish me in the first round, you only make $30.
Exactly.
Like type of shit.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And I think those shots you see Tyson like those like deadly crosses you're seeing on IG.
Like him constantly training.
I don't think he can do those to the face or even hit with that much power.
Well, I think Roy Jones Jr. is the last guy I fought.
Yeah.
They had it in the contract, no face shots.
Yes.
But according to Rogan, he doesn't think that's the case with Paul.
I mean, it
Like
would
he's
be,
like, this is a real fight, which is
I don't think
it's an
it's not
exhibition.
a real fight.
Well, it goes
the
on
dude's
their-
55,
it
60.
goes on
like,
their records.
How's this a real fight?
That's what they mean. Is like it goes on their records.
Yeah.
But
But that's only so Jake Paul could say officially that he beat Mike Tyson
yeah,
by decision.
unless
Oh,
Mike
you
Tyson,
think that's what it'll be?
You think someone's gonna get knocked out? You think the boxing world is gonna like Jake Paul knock him out cold, Mike Tyson?
No, it's not gonna happen.
no.
Okay,
Yeah.
so then Mike Tyson's also not gonna knock out Jake Paul because Jake
Because
Paul
it'll fuck up the money.
it would fuck up the money. Therefore, the only outcome
So
is
it's like
Jake
it's like a Mayweather contract type shit, right?
No, but Mayweather's actually boxing.
I mean, but then the selection, Mayweather, the way he's boxing, the way that like a high-powered lawyers pick and choose.
Yes, the case. To win.
Pick and choose the what's it called? The jury.
Yeah.
Like the exact guy that's gonna make
Yeah.
you.
Yep.
He's fucking weak to the southpaw and like
Yeah.
everything. Mm-hmm. But
Because if
I
it's
guess they don't
legit-
say like no headshots, no blah blah blah. They don't do any of
No,
that
because
stuff.
it's an actual fight. It's still a fight when
Yeah.
Mayweather fights. This is like a money grab.
And they're using extra padded gloves too, right? 14 ounces, 16 ounces.
Probably bigger gloves. Yeah.
Yeah.
This one, yeah, they were bigger, then they went a little smaller. But unless he goes and breaks Jake Paul's ribs, it's not real.
I know. It's like
Because we know he could. Like the fucking punches you see him throw on the guy with pads, you're like,
how sick would it be if Tyson was just like fuck the money and was just knocks him out in first round?
if it was young Mike Tyson, he would do that.
Yeah, but it's like I don't know. Well, how do you feel about Mike Tyson? Obviously, is it a financial need to fight, or is it a fighting spirit need to
It's
fight?
definitely a spirit thing.
Because he's got the weed company.
Yeah,
he
he was
lost
good.
it all, but he's back up. He's probably worth at least 100 now, right? What's
100 mil?
He lost 300 like when he was like 21, like from gambling and
Every
tigers.
girl he dated had a BMW. He got them a BMW, so you can't be spending BMW money.
Wow, he's down to 10.
He's down to 10.
Jesus Christ.
Christ, that
fucking-
sucks.
That's heartbreaking.
He's only got $10 million.
Yeah, but when he had 300
What
when,
a
he was,
lose.
when he was 14.
Yeah, that's crazy.
If Jay-Z had that money at that age, he'd be like worth 14 billion right
We
now.
also
apparently
just-
Jay-Z's next, by the way.
That'd be-
Yeah.
that would
You
be-
heard about that?
That's been
That's been a thing.
people
for a
have been
while.
talking about that.
But we're just in a different era. Like in the 70s and 80s, this would just never. Imagine somebody who was in the fray just got people to want to watch them box the legends of boxing. It just doesn't make sense. So I think these people, it's in the spirit, but it's also just these are the times.
It's
baby.
a crazy time, man.
These are the times.
As long as you can draw eyes to the
Yeah,
match,
yeah.
we can do anything you want.
Yeah.
We can have you, both of you guys have a fucking put you in jets that you've never flown a jet and see who wins.
Life is a reality TV show with whatever skill sets you have that are believable to be purchased.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And it's like wild. We're gonna see more athletes retire from NBA, NFL, and all this.
Yeah, but-
you're gonna see more of this muckery.
No, but in those sports, they always have a new crop of people.
No.
Get
Not
into
within the sports. I'm talking the Nate Robinsons. we're gonna see more of that.
Oh, they're gonna go into boxing.
They're gonna go into shit they have no business in.
maybe.
That's what I'm saying. That Nate Robinson, that's really the most freak show of like.
It'd be sick to see
an
Kevin
NBA
Garnett
guy.
box.
The way he got knocked out.
Oh my goodness.
The way he got knocked.
Yeah, he died. It looked like he died.
He's done for. How do
The
you
amount
come-
of disrespect
bring
on
the
your
knockout?
family's
I
name when that
know.
happens.
And but what did he make? Look that up after Nate. Yeah, Nate
I
Robinson
think
knocked out is the first thing.
I think he
his
made, like,
basketball career
$3
doesn't.
million.
It's not NBA highlights.
No, this literally. Is
that's
his whole
not the
career.
first. Wait, was that it?
No, that was the first knockdown.
The second one was like it got memed, right?
Yeah.
He fell in like into ice and shit.
He just died, dude. You don't want that. You don't want that when you call somebody out.
This guy's supposed to be hitting threes. Why is he on the ground with boxing mitts? that shot.
Damn.
On the,
He bounces off the canvas. He literally bounces.
Oh look!
Oh man, yeah. Snoop. Oh Lord.
Mamma mia.
Not only that, and then you got this guy.
Well, first of all, can we just comment before you go to the next thing? What an unfair fight that is.
What the fuck
Because
is
it's not a real
But
fight.
no, I'm saying like Jake Paul's so much bigger than Nate Robinson.
And Nate Robinson is a basketball player
Yes.
that
Well,
put mitts
out
on
in
and
retirement.
they showed him a contract with a dollar figure and he just went into a boxing gym and started throwing punches. Do that again.
So bad that happened.
He looked like he leaned his face in to take it, didn't he? Oh,
That's
dude.
just perfect timing.
Was Tyson? Is he a boxer?
Tyron Woodley was the
Tyron.
welterweight
Weight
champion in
champion.
UFC.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all these UFC guys, right?
Woodley was an interesting one because Woodley had like fallen off hard in the UFC. He looked like shell shocked in there after.
What was his special? Was he a ground game guy or?
He's a wrestler, but he was known for his power. Like
Yeah,
a lot of
wrestler.
wrestlers, like
So it's grip strength. Like he wants to grab Jake and bring him.
He was
like,
just super jacked and fast in there. He would go in.
Like,
and scare
It's
you.
not this.
no.
It's
he,
like
he
this.
was knocking people out
Yeah,
with his
yeah,
hands.
Okay.
But he's a wrestler, so he doesn't actually have boxing skills.
yeah.
He has power to
Wrestling
knock you
skills,
out.
yeah.
And wrestling skills, but he didn't really use it. And then when he fought Kamaru Usman, we saw what when you wrestle instead of, throw overhand rights. Like Kamaru just beat him up for 5 rounds, and then Tyron's like, I felt like I was having a bad dream for 5 rounds. I couldn't do anything.
And then
It was
his
just a
whole
nightmare.
career after that was literally just him taking beatings until he just
Damn.
left the UFC.
Yeah.
Damn.
He was never the same. And then he got his ass knocked out by Jake Paul.
This is the worst possible outcome.
Look at that.
This is the worst possible outcome.
Look at him down there, man. That's just to make ends meet for his family, man. Look at that shit.
He made
That
$10
is a
million.
man-
I think he
that
made-
is a man who went to the office. He went to the office to pay the mortgage. like,
Face
what
down.
bro? What a fucking weird time we live in.
I mean, it was perfect timing. As soon as he dropped his hand, he fucking hit him.
Oh.
Christ. The Ben Askren one's pretty good too.
Did Askren didn't get knocked out, did he?
He did.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh.
I know. It's just the Jake Paul lore.
But that once
grows.
again, Askren's not even a
No,
striker.
also another wrestler.
and Askren was known for only wrestling and having no striking. Like he's not a striker. He would go in
And he fought him,
and he boxed him.
He boxed him.
and he lost, obviously, right?
He knocked him out really quick.
Yeah.
And I thought it was funny, the announcer messed his name up as well.
So this guy's not a boxer by any means.
Look at how he's standing.
Bouncing guys out.
The way he looked down at him, like it was like.
A jab and a straight right hand.
That arm over the top.
To say that, Ben Askren has been hit by some MMA folks and not gone down.
World champion.
I feel good.
Get my motherfucking money, Jake.
This is like a real tiny production. There's barely people there, huh?
Well, this is the earlier one. Like these are the.
This is
but
where
now-
people are like,
How many years ago? 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Wow, this guy's really. It's a crazy era to see how big. Look at like on another. You know what I mean? Like industry. Look at Schultz. What he's done in like 3-4 years. It was all like it was club videos, and it was clearly He does segments. It's clubs. It's theaters right away. Normally people stay in theaters for a while. This guy was like, nope, not unpacking. We're not gonna be here long. Straight to stadiums or arenas, and you're just like,
They're on that
bro.
new show Tires.
I heard, bro. The internet hates that they put Schultz on that. Huh?
Why?
Everyone's hating on Schultz on the internet.
They
right
don't.
now.
Here, we've seen it 1,000 times. They loved him.
Like just
And once you-
arbitrarily hating him for no reason?
No, they're like, they love Shane. Shane is like Jesus
Yeah.
for the internet, right? And they're like, Shane. I saw when Shane posted about it, all the comments like, why'd you put Schultz in this, man? Why'd you? You know what it is? It's like they feel like
There can only be one.
when Shane became like the Jesus Messiah, Schultz really got close to him and like really was like involved and being like, yo, you know what I mean? Like keep me in the thing and put me in the thing. You know what I mean? He kind of like forced his way in through his like clout essentially.
Yeah.
And then
Stavros is in it. I watched the whole season.
I was trying
How
to
is
watch
it?
the first.
It's okay.
I thought it was funny. Like I actually laughed pretty hard at some of the jokes. Like
Yeah,
I thought it was
I watched
funny.
the first like 10 minutes, but because I was leaving the house,
Yeah.
I just threw it on. I was like, yeah, it's just. But I mean, timing is everything. So they're literally like, Netflix is just capitalizing on Shane's audience. If he carries it, he carries. It's a
We've
win.
seen it 1,000 times.
If I'm an executive at Netflix, this
Yeah.
is fucking
Yeah.
this
they're
genius.
already
Exactly.
confirmed for season 2 as well.
Yeah, they'll just burn the flame out.
Whoever it is, look at fucking.
Wait, what was that?
I said whoever it is. Look at Rife.
Whoever.
Rife got his shit quick. Rife got 2 Netflix things, didn't he?
I'm surprised he's got a show coming too.
But then, because everyone thinks he's canceled, but he's still selling out everything.
Yeah.
And the name, we'll never forget the name now, right? That's the beauty about a canceling. It kind of cements your name a little bit. They go, oh man, he got canceled. It's like, no, now you know his name. That's what it is.
Yeah.
That was like
It's the opposite of a canceling.
It's, bro, I tell people all the time, when did you learn about Shane Gillis? Was it when you saw the headline, SNL fires comedian Shane Gillis? Never even heard his name. No one heard his name before SNL fired him.
you guys remember playing Halo
Naturally.
and the rocket that you get in Halo? As soon as he
The
got,
OP one?
yeah, the fucking. As soon as he got canceled from SNL, it was like he got loaded into the rocket for stardom.
Yeah.
and he just aimed it at the fucking.
At the stars. Yeah. Just.
It does exactly the opposite of what they want to
Yeah.
do. They're like, we can't platform him, so let's put him in every news article all over the internet.
He is also hilarious.
I was listening to, he is. He's a solid act and he's done his
Happens to
time.
be hilarious.
Yeah. Burt Kreischer was on Tiger Belly with Bobby Lee, and I guess Bobby Lee did a show. Burt does that thing, that big tour. It's like 15,000 like outdoor seatings. It's like this big festival he does. He
the
brings
Great
out-
Outdoors.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
yeah.
Canadian. That's Canadian.
He does a U.S. one, not in Canada.
Oh,
This one
okay.
that I'm talking about. He tours it. He tours. He brings a lot of guys. It's kind of like Netflix is a joke all year round for him. And he said Bobby Lee got a pop, but he said the pop that Shane Gillis got when they introduced his name. When his first opening lines were about how uncomfortable that made him. Apparently, it was to the magnitude that it was like Bobby Lee's like, yeah, I got a pop. Not like Shane's though.
Yeah.
Not like Shane's though. And then he's like, yeah, this makes me really uncomfortable. Like sometimes the internet loves you more than you. It makes sense to you even. You know what I mean? It's like Bill Burr could have come out and they would be like, yeah, but Shane Gillis, you know what I mean? Like he is exactly the trending giant.
Well, if you're like 17 or 16, I could imagine that is the coolest dude
out,
you could imagine.
period.
Because it's so easy. Like, think about being Schultz is really, really cool, but it's hard to be Schultz. You got to have like the nice stuff and you got to be cool looking.
And you got to spend $200,000 a month probably on his productions. And everything he does,
And like you could tell it's like
a lot of effort.
a lot of effort.
On every
Gillis
level.
doesn't feel like it's a lot of effort, and
No.
that's more appealing to people.
Exactly. He doesn't fucking.
For those fans, I think Schultz is obviously it's massive. It's just different, but like
Yeah, but Gillis, when he posts shit on Instagram, no caption. The balls to do that. And it's like, you ever see when he posts shit? Just the
balls to do this.
To just post.
But when he
post.
No caption.
no
famous.
caption.
How dare
But then
you.
the way it's like more activity than The Rock. It's more activity than Kevin Hart. Like when he did his when he finally got his Bud Light sponsorship or whatever, and he posted that picture of him.
Saved them.
He was just right next. He literally saved them, I think.
Yeah.
He's just standing next to like a big brewing fucking cauldron, whatever it's called, and he's like, Bud Light, we did it or something. Bro, he had 12,000 comments. Like, I was like, this is like when this is Chris Rock posting like Will Smith slapping him. It has the same reaction.
He probably doesn't want this.
No, he literally said like the pop was like the Messiah is coming, and he's like, guys, like I'm not even the best comic here among these guys right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, this is uncomfortable.
But I'm saying, like, the pop is whatever, but, like, that level of... Gary Owen was saying, he's like, Cat can say whatever he wants because he's not, he's not tied to any corporation. Kevin can't really say... I'm sure Kevin seems like a nice person. Like, he doesn't have shit to talk about. But he can't just go off and...
Never. Him or The Rock.
He's so in the pockets of
with
these
1,000 corporations.
And it's just different. So... How much money do you really need?
Yeah, exactly. That's what it comes down to. You realize, like, the guys like Big J Okerson is a great example. Him and Kevin came up together. Affiliate in New York all the time. Big J is eating fine.
Yeah.
We just think he didn't make it because Kevin is, like, mogul at this point, right? But Big J Okerson probably brings in at least $500,000 a year, if not more, just from touring stand-up, right? So it's like, what the fuck do you need? If you can buy an apartment in New York...
You're good.
Right? Yeah. The fuck? What is this? Yeah. What does it come down to? That's the problem with constantly looking at that whole analogy of like looking at someone else's food on their plate and being angry about it when your shit's going cold. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Or just imagine like you're Kevin Hart and you want to go watch a basketball game and you're like, oh, I have to dress nice because I'm going to be on the screen.
Yeah. I don't have to dress nice. I have to bring... the security has to know.
Yeah.
The stadium kind of has to know.
Yeah.
For security purposes, they have to be made aware in advance. Yeah. Airports probably too. If like Taylor Swift she can't do nothing.
No.
Like people have to be called in advance and blah blah blah. And
she was gonna come to a bar one time that I worked at, and this wasn't even like where she is now, but she was super famous back then too. And the bar was the most full I'd ever seen it. People just trying to wait for her to come there.
How did she like
because
of story?
No, because of what you said.
Her people called in advance.
Wow. And then somebody we were all talking about it at the bar, and then all the bartenders talking about it when we told somebody in the bar, then they fucking told everybody, and it was just like there was a lineup. People were trying. She never came. She probably did it with like 5 bars.
It was a decoy bar.
100%.
Everyone go to this one.
Yeah, exactly.
There's probably like
the movies.
5 calls that get made.
2 bars explode.
And she's already across town at the place she wants to be at. So she can divert fucking traffic.
It's funny that we envy. Our natural state is to kind of envy like fame and stuff like that. But you're like, yo, it's a parabola. At one point, it's like opens doors. Then you hit a beautiful peak. Where after that, it's just limiting. The money keeps increasing, but it's like, I cannot fly commercial.
Yeah.
If you can't charter a jet and Taylor Swift has to just fly first class, it's like the security has to be blah, blah, blah. You got to make sure there's another seat or 2 for her security. Like, it's a fucking logistical nightmare.
I think the best celebrity to be is like a Paul Rudd.
Honestly, a Keanu Reeves.
Keanu, yeah.
He's hit that level where he's like bigger than Paul Rudd, but he can just be in a McDonald's line.
But I'm saying like when you go up to Keanu, you look at a picture of him, you're like, there's deep emotions in there.
Yeah. Oh, Paul Rudd, you feel nothing.
Paul Rudd, you're like, you probably have a decent conversation with him and not feel like...
You may not even know it's him at first.
Yeah, you might not feel like bad. You're like, oh, should I respect
Paul Rudd's
this guy?
Ant-Man, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
He's like a normal guy, but he's Ant-Man. He's like a big fan of the Kansas City Chiefs. He just goes to the games and shit.
Yeah, exactly. Like you wouldn't... Like people like more of a classic celebrity like an Owen Wilson. They probably people go, oh, what?
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like
you don't want to be Brad Pitt on a fucking
No, Brad
airplane.
Pitt, of course, is like Tom
It's too
Cruise,
much.
DiCaprio, like. But Brad Pitt, you actually see him like there'd be a video of him just in line at a McDonald's.
Yeah,
DiCaprio never. I feel like DiCaprio is just in L.A. with a hat, sunglasses, and a 19-year-old.
If you saw Brad Pitt in line at McDonald's, the fucking sales. People would be like, yo, you can eat McDonald's. It's healthy.
Yeah, oh my God.
Brad Pitt eats it.
Keanu Reeves has a million. Type in Keanu Reeves eating cheeseburger. Like, there's entire teams of paparazzi that are out just watching Keanu Reeves do regular shit.
So wait a second. When you told him to type this in, you're like, Keanu Reeves has a bunch of, and then you said...
like, the one...
Are you aware
there's
of
so
this?
many. Look at how many there are. It's always a park bench.
He just eats a burger?
He just eats a burger.
This is AI, though.
That one's not AI.
Almost all of these
This
are
is AI.
Almost all
I
of
don't
these
know.
are.
Okay, I don't know about all of them.
Look at this.
Okay, that one is sure, but
Okay, that
there's
one
been
is
these photos for way before AI came out, bro.
Weird.
Like, is that AI?
No, I don't think that's AI.
What about this one? That's not AI.
This is AI.
Okay, that's the same
AI.
seating.
This doesn't even look like a dog.
Yeah.
This is the one you're talking about?
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Dude likes to eat.
Dude, what's great about that is it's the exact commercial way they look at you when they're like, look at it. Take a bite and look at
That's
the way
true,
you bit. He's like,
He's doing it in real
he's
life.
in the middle, like,
He's been an actor
He
for so
never
long.
stops.
He can't do it.
just eat or normally savor like
Yeah.
a human.
Like most people just chew and look into the world.
He's doing that thing where they're like, enjoy it, look around, savor.
Yeah. When have you ever eaten a food that you didn't know, like to stare at it long enough? Any food I've ever eaten, I know exactly what it looks like.
Yeah, exactly. He's doing the commercial thing right there. And he's wearing a blazer with like big boots, and it's like,
Yeah, Keanu's got the air where people are like, he's a normal guy who happens to do these amazingly big movies.
yeah, he has, and a couple other guys have like, I don't know what you have to do throughout your career to maintain this level. I think it's like you gotta be. He's not a posse guy. It's really the posse people that end up. You know what I mean? Like when you show up with a group,
I think
everything
if
is
you
posse.
keep all of your money, you get to the crazy status. If you're immediately like, I'm going to give, because he gave away like half of his money he made from The Matrix
to
to just charities and shit.
really,
Yeah, so if you keep it all, I think then you get crazy.
God damn.
So if you come out of the gate and you're like, yeah, this is one of the biggest movies of all time at the time, I'm just going to give away half of what I made.
Imagine his business. Imagine his like all
These
of
are
the
AI.
execs,
These are
his
all
business
AI.
manager, his agent. He's like, I'm gonna give half of it away. They're like, K.
And you're not going to do any movies for a few years? Wow.
Buddy, God, they don't make him like you anymore, bud. God, they don't make him like you. You know,
He's a real star.
just fucking sweating. You know what I mean? Like, wow, half of it. Wow. You know
Did we
what I
get
mean?
any of it?
Yeah, exactly. Like, just the biggest fucking parasites, man.
Yeah, they're just obsessed with money.
Dude, now that I'm doing a lot of content, now that I'm doing it direct, because I've been in this,
What do you mean direct?
as in like a brand will reach me direct.
Oh.
Yeah, like make this video for us.
So
And
now
I-
that you're doing that directly.
And I'm like, hey, these are the terms. Create an agreement with these terms that I've defined.
So they reach out more because you've been tagging them?
No. Like, say, for example, Clutch. You ever seen a commercial Clutch? Sell your car on Clutch.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
It's
like-
like Auto Trader?
Exactly.
Yeah.
They're hiring me, and it's all online. You take pictures of the car, they give you a price, they come pick it up. So it's like they just expedite it and make it all new age online. So they're hiring me to make a funny video for them. It's up to me, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Anytime they do that, the video ends up being great because you end up doing it in your own voice. And they go, hey, how much do you want? I go, this much. They go, okay. And then we have it. I'm like, no, you have it for 1 year. To renew, it's this much. And if we have to reshoot, it's this much. They're like, okay. I'm like, create an agreement with that. We both sign it, and now we fucking go. It's like all of the whole, and I still have on the acting, like traditional TV, I still have my, agent Paige, who's invested a lot of time, so I'm going to keep supporting and whatever what the fuck. But this whole industry of like needing agents, you don't need agents, bro. This old school of like the actor, the musician, we need someone to wake them up from their heroin stupor. We need someone to wake them up and get them to set. They're having orgies and fucking like it's not. I don't know what like the job that I'm dealing with. It's like, yo, I've dealt with on the social media side agencies. I see the client fucking email chain, and the client asks for something. They just forward the email and fucking re-summarize it.
Yeah, there's a lot of...
Just liaison shit.
Yes.
It's like 15,
It's all
20%.
admin.
But 20%. Imagine throughout a year you make 200 grand in fucking
Yeah, but
content.
a lot
40 grand of it to forward me the emails and to
But
tell
a
them
lot
the
of
contract
the-
has to have this.
A lot of the pay now just pays them plus you.
Like I'm working direct. So
So what I'm saying is like...
yeah, I know agent fee and then this.
Plus
I
the
know
buy- so
this
those are
because you're on
separate now.
non-union.
Yeah.
So that's how they do it. In union, it still comes out
Of the
the
amount.
percentage.
Yeah,
which is-
classic.
yeah.
They love a nice classic pay.
Yep.
But I was listening to Steph Tolev on Mark Maron, and a manager's way different than an agent. A manager's
like
make
pushes your career.
A manager's like, yeah, make sure you're awake and like don't fuck up
Awake.
and like
I got an alarm clock, bro.
she was telling some stories of times where
This alarm clock takes no percentage.
she went to like a Just for Laughs thing and thought a guy was gay, and she was like, he was a high level executive. She thought he was gay, so he's really handsy. She was really handsy with him, and the manager's like, you gotta leave. And she's like, what? He's like, you gotta go. Like
You're a problem right now.
an
People are
agent,
talking.
I think,
You
would
need to
just
leave.
be like, you're fired. Like you can't work with us anymore. A manager cares about you, the person.
A manager ideally has a long-term perspective.
Yeah, and
Of-
they're like
of
they
working
like
with
you,
your career,
you know, like whatever your thing is.
So I don't get it.
But I
dude.
mean, if you don't have your following, yeah, you need an agent to get you in there. You're not going to get a company that gives a fuck if you get like 1,000 people.
but
half of them
but
are your
I'm
family.
saying on the social front, they only come out when they feel like they can make money, or when they feel like there's a good overlap between your demographic and what they're trying to reach. So they're using you for business purposes.
Yeah.
And then, you tell them a fee that's good for you, and you go for it. But like on the acting front, it's like we just need the face we're looking for to say these lines.
Yes.
So you have a lot less leverage. Whereas this, to like create something in your world.
True.
Which is not only way easier for me to do, way faster. I do it from the house, but it has way more. I'm way more valuable. They're not being like, read these lines. So I have way more leverage on my end, because I'm like, hey, I have a lot of car shit. My demo's a lot of car stuff, and you guys are car stuff. This is the price.
Did you reach out to them, or they
Reached out to me.
Yeah.
They reached out to me. I said a number. They go, sorry, we can only give you roughly 35% of that.
Oh my god.
I'm like, okay, well, when you can, hit me back up. 6 months later, they hit me back. They're like, okay, we want to try one video with that same number. And I proposed 4 videos of that number. And they're like, okay, we want to try just one. And then like we have a solid idea that I think it'll do like just organically. Because a lot of times they hire people, they come up with some idea and they just put $5,000 to boost it and like get it in front of everybody's eyes. And it's like, okay. But we're trying to make an actually good thing that people share regardless of who you're plugging.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
So it's way more value for them just organically. And then, so I'm trying to make it as viral as possible, because the more it is, I know they're fucking going to come back. Rather than spend 50 grand on a commercial or hire an agency to come up with an idea,
Well, I
cast
still
it.
think they spend the amount.
They still
spend
all
a
that.
bunch. They spend probably less than a commercial does. But they'll do this with like 10 people. So
No, I know.
yeah.
I know. So, but I'm like, I want them, because they'll do it with 10 people. 5 of them end up being
Do good,
successful,
yeah.
and they'll go back and do it more with those 5 rather than get new people.
You know how like in a movie, like say the company we're promoting was on this glass. In a movie, they make sure you drink it like this.
Of course, yeah.
That's pretty much what like your people are starting to recreate in content. So like the content's just there, and like it happens to be that you're wearing like a Red Bull T-shirt.
I know, but
Or you have a Red Bull fridge in the back.
Yeah. People are trying to like less be like, this cup is 20 ounces. Instead, they're like drinking out of the cup, and you're like, oh,
it's just like Seinfeld. Like they're
Yeah,
talking,
yeah.
and he's grabbing Puffs or Fruit Loops.
Yeah.
And he's milk. It's always like milk, and he's like, you got a Coke. In Seinfeld, they do it. They'll have half of the logo. So they're like not so in your face, where you're more like, that's a Coke. So now it's like you really are thinking about it.
or they've
That's a-
said it to let you know what he's drinking.
Exactly. But now with this content, I'm actually not even just being like having a clutch as like, let's say I'm in an office and clutch is my background.
Yeah.
And like do some video that has nothing to do with that. It's more like talking about what's shitty about the used car process. And really showing a funny version of how much of a nightmare it can be. And that is the clutch thing.
Yeah.
Because the one person goes, like the shitty sales guy will be like, oh, let me guess, you're just going to use clutch. Oh, yeah, okay. Oh, it's all online. You know what I mean? Like or whatever it is.
Yeah.
But it's like you actually do plug it, but in a very organic, non-selly way.
Yeah, like it's written for that.
It's funny. It's like truly actually
There is a
funny.
good commercial about something that is car related. It's that Fix Auto commercial with the old guy, and he gets a call from like his daughter, and she's like, "Where's my son?" He's like, "Oh, he went out for a drive in my Jaguar." She's like, "He doesn't know how to drive stick," and he's like, "Oh," and as he says "fuck," it says "Fix Auto." Don't
Fix Auto.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
hilarious.
it's fucking
That's
perfect.
hilarious.
Yeah, it's perfect.
And now you can't forget Fix Auto.
Never.
And now we're plugging Fix Auto.
we're literally plugging Fix Auto.
That's what's great about it. When it comes to commercials, make it funny and you almost never lose. Humor for a commercial, unless I guess you're trying to do like you're trying to push
What-
Moderna back in the day or something like that.
What's the funniest commercial that you guys remember? Or like you've never forgotten?
Budweiser.
Those old Trojan ones.
Budweiser was up was pretty good.
But Budweiser what?
Was up.
Oh, when it just
Budweiser?
goes to the
It's
Scream
Budweiser, yeah.
crossover.
Was up!
Yeah,
He's, like,
that's so
yelling at each other.
good. That's so good.
There's a lot of funny ones, man. Funny is the way, though.
Funny's absolutely the
funny's
way. That's what you remember.
Keep your hands off my mama. Keep your hands off my Doritos.
Oh,
You
I don't
that
even
one?
remember that.
You don't
No.
remember that
Pull it
one?
up. Pull it up.
Oh, that's
There's
so
also
funny.
a really good one with Robin Williams where he's you're not you when you're hungry. The Snickers shit.
Oh, put that up too.
Those were really good ones.
Was it like Super Bowl or just? All
I think
of
it was
them?
like him as a coach or something. I'm sweating my balls off all of a sudden.
Yeah, me too.
It's getting hot in here.
Aw, thank you.
You gotta go wife beater.
Kyle, Jalen, Kyle. Jalen, you play nice. I'll be right back.
And they're big. Damn, the fact that they showed that.
What's going on, little man?
Oh,
Games
this is
being
brilliant.
back. You might have your hands full once. I'll pick up the controller, little man.
Keep your hands on my mama. Keep your hands on my Doritos.
That's
Insane.
insane.
They don't make that anymore.
He almost said,
Nigga.
Yeah.
And not only that, but the way that they brought her ass as he was like this, like I'm gonna hit that tonight. Like the way that they actually brought that's fucking hilarious.
"Those are good."
What was the other one?
You're not you when you're hungry, Robin Williams.
I remember those ones.
These are funny. We gotta watch What's Up too.
What's up? This one? The football one?
This one's probably funny. I don't know if it's Robin Williams. Betty White.
Mike, what is your deal, man?
Come on, man. You've been riding me all day.
You're playing like Betty White out there.
That's not what your girlfriend said.
Baby. Eat a Snickers. Better?
That's
And now he's
so
good.
good.
Snickers satisfaction.
That hurts.
That hurt.
The Robin Williams one's really good. He's like coaching the football team.
Oh, the Van Damme one too?
Oh yeah, with the splits.
Yeah.
Budweiser.
Hello? Hey, who? What's up? Nothing, B. Just watching the game.
B.
Having a bud. What's up with you? Nothing. Watching the game, having a bud. True. True. What's up? What's up? Yo, who's that? Yo! Yo, pick up the phone. Hello? What's that? What's up? Yo,
Why is
where's
that so-
Dookie? Yo, Dookie!
His name is Dookie.
Yeah.
Yo. What's that? What's Hold on. Hello? So what's up, B? Watching the game, having a buzz. True.
That's an amazing commercial.
Like whoever let them do that,
That's an amazing commercial.
brilliant.
Like that's like I want a Budweiser now.
Try to find the Robin Williams. You're not you when you're hungry. What's another? Like back in the day, there were the Alexander Keith's guy was really funny, but then he got charged.
Did he?
Damn shame.
For what? Assault stuff?
Yeah, just salt and pepper and too many kids.
Oh, kids.
I think it was the top one you had her.
Oh, okay.
With Walmart delivery.
Man, when Robin Williams was gone, we fucking sad.
Now we have lame commercials like
peace.
these.
Yeah, where there's like no people, it's so cheap.
Like, okay, yes, you Walmart. Yes, you have the world already. Relax.
Yeah, I know.
We did not forget about you.
Now, Coach, what do we do? I'll tell you what we do. I want you to go on the field, look for anything with an O. Let's kill them with kindness. Jimmy, I want you to make balloon animals. Tyler, make little tea cozy, something fun. Are you okay? We will win this for Mother Russia. Eat a Snickers. Why is that, Chief? You get a little loopy when you're hungry.
We will win this.
Better.
Pretty bold to make him a black.
A black guy, yeah. But when they said loopy, that nails it though, because he's loopy, you know. I feel good. Remember that James Brown video?
Yeah.
That's like a cocaine commercial right there.
That kind of has died though. I've been seeing it. I auditioned for a lot of commercials like leading up to the wedding.
Are you
There's like a new guy.
blackout period right now? There's a new guy.
There's like a new guy.
But what commercial is he in right now?
He's in a bunch.
He knows which.
He's in a bunch. There's like a new guy.
He knows exactly which
Bro.
one.
The Tim Hortons pizza flatbread.
I love it. Oh, Tim Hortons. By the way, this is the beginning of the end for them. As soon as they went
The
to
beginning of the end.
flatbread, yo, people at Tim Hortons, pay attention. This is you're
Listen
overextending yourself. Here.
I know you guys spend a lot of your weekly
Flatbread?
meetings listening to our podcast.
Yeah, trust me. I look at the analytics.
You got pizza with 3 Z's.
Ooh, ooh. This guy.
So it's a
Go to filter by time and go the last week.
It's a
or
commercial
last
where
30
they're
days.
like in the office and they're like, anybody want anything? And
Last
the guy
month.
races, but he's also in another commercial, and I'm like, oh, it's
Any of these?
no. It might be on their page. You might have to go to like Tim Hortons.
.com?
No, just like their YouTube page.
They have a YouTube.
Yeah, all
Oh,
these
people do it.
all
And they
these
turn
people-
comments off.
Yeah, comments cannot be on.
Yeah, YouTube is too much of a wild west.
This is something YouTube will never address. The comment thing is like, I'm sure companies are like, can you guys fix?
This is what I think it is. If
not
you
fair.
can make a commercial that you can have comments on for YouTube,
Then you're good.
that is the commercial you want to make. You know, you don't want to hide behind this shit. Well, anyways, he looks like you, or he's got like
No. He just
is that guy?
everybody has it's like, imagine, I think casting commercials specifically, because it's a completely different thing. That was a funny commercial, the Dunkin' Donuts with all those guys, the Boston guys. But I think casting does like a Mr. Potato Head with like a shade that they want.
Yeah.
It might be this actually commercial. And they just kind of plug and play.
This
I don't
guy?
know if this is it.
Oh, that's an advertisement before the. This is some
Yes.
Also,
Inception
but
shit.
I still think this is like a story. I don't know. If
No, this is Questrade.
No. But I'm saying like,
The video.
yeah.
Oh, it's breakfast television. Yeah, they're not.
Because I noticed that when
Damn, you can't even skip this ad, bro.
the best
Get out of
advice I got about like commercial auditioning was, I asked Che, I was like, how did you book? He would book a bunch. He's like, I just changed my hair. I grew my hair out. So I thought about that, and
But that works good for commercials and not good for film television.
correct, because you become
Because you need to cartoonify yourself
a
more.
little bit.
Is it this one?
No, it's them in the office, and then he's just like they're in the elevator, and he runs. But he is a mustache.
Yeah.
But everybody in commercials right now is like the kind of everyman version of what people on the street look like. You know, so if like that's why you get cast a lot, because you are the everyday version of what like a cool black guy in a commercial would be, or like a cool dad.
Gotcha. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm
Like
getting a lot of that
then
shit.
you can just plug into that. But for acting, it's completely different. You need to be. You almost need to have like which I do, a lazy eye. I find that we just watch View from the Top, which is like Gwyneth Paltrow. It's a classic comedy. She wants to be an air flight attendant. It's like funny.
Yeah.
Mark Ruffalo is like a little weird. It looks like he's got like strokey face.
Yeah.
You need that.
You do. That's why fucking Buscemi till this day we love
Book
him.
him.
We love him. I remember
Paul Giamatti books like crazy.
What movie was it? It was the Armageddon, I think. He goes, "You good? You gonna get this money back? What, you healthy? You good? You gonna die on me?"
R.I.P. to Bruce Willis. He's alive, but his career.
Yeah, we can't even
John
talk
Paul?
anymore. Yeah, that is John Paul.
What the hell?
That's John Paul.
Wow. Wow. I will be honest. I would eat one of those right now. I don't know why. Sometimes you just
They're
need
just
to
doing
shit.
too much
It makes
to me.
sense that they go with flatbread, though. Come on. It's all there.
Why is Tim Hortons going with pizza in the first place?
Because it makes sense. If I can make a pizza at home frozen, why wouldn't they have that?
Well, that's
They
the
should have
thing.
had- that's the
Once you
problem, they
have
should have had
everything, you don't really have anything, right?
That's knowledge right there.
Yeah. Once
might
you
have
have
just made
too
a fact.
much, you might. Yeah. Once you have too much, I'm actually reading this great book on marketing. But if you overextend yourself, like for example, Miller, they introduced Miller High Life. They introduced Miller Lite. So for the first year they introduced it, they both sold more. But then 5 years down the road, they both collectively sell less than this one originally did alone. And then you introduce a third, and it bumps them all up. But then down the road, they all collectively sell less than the original one. That's why, like, who makes? Give me an example of like
Steam Whistle only makes Steam Whistle beer.
And if they tried to make a Steam Whistle whiskey, we would buy less beer. Eventually, we would literally just buy less beer.
Interesting.
That's the name of the game, baby.
I guess that's why Apple, everything is the same thing.
That's why they're really probably not trying to make that Apple car. Everyone's like, the Apple car, the Apple TV is coming. The Apple TV would have been a good extension because they're in the business of screens. TV.
No, I'm saying like a physical TV.
Like a 70-inch Apple display.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Which they're in the business of displays, so that wouldn't be far-fetched as long as it's a computer too. But like Apple car...
The TV thing with them is strange because their whole game is like edging us to see how thin and how
Have
sleek.
you seen the new iPad?
Yeah.
No.
Oh my.
What is it?
It's thinner than an iPhone.
It's thicker than an iPhone.
No, it's
thinner.
It's thinner than the Apple Pencil.
Wait, the iPads were always thinner than the iPhone.
These ones are
Let's
thinner.
These are super thin.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Where'd you see it? Just like at the store?
Just on
iPad
the
4.
Just on the website.
We're only at 4 now?
No.
What is it? iPad Pro?
Yeah.
So what they did was iPad used to be iPad, but then they were like iPad Air, and then that became iPad Air 1. And then their iPad, which
Does it also have the M1 chip?
They all pretty much do now.
So what's the
This
point
is
of a
the Pro.
MacBook fucking... What's the point of a MacBook?
The keyboard.
iPad Pro.
Keyboard,
But
being
this
able
has
to,
a keyboard attachment.
being able to
Which
plug
you have to pay
things
extra
in.
for.
Display.
Yeah.
Made possible with breakthrough tandem OLED technology. The Ultra Retina XDR. Precise
There's just nothing
contrast,
that beats a
jaw-dropping
computer.
brightness,
Like, you know?
and brilliant color.
You immediately
You'll find
feel
inside the
handicapped
thinnest
on an
product
iPad.
we've ever created that
You're like,
Yeah.
I can't
Yeah.
do what
I don't
need.
want to do that. Exactly.
The first ever M4 chip.
Damn, they have the M4?
Oh,
Designed
yeah.
to be
They're
an
deep.
AI
They're deep now.
powerhouse. It easily handles the most demanding pro apps and smoothly renders intense graphics.
How the fuck do you edit
We've
like...
also engineered a new pencil, loaded with tech, haptics, and sensors.
Apple's so sick.
The
Eh? They just
first
know how to
Apple
make it
Pencil
marketing.
Pro.
They do, no.
They're
Hover,
just out of their minds.
Squeeze,
Nobody's
and
making
barrel
videos
roll
like this.
for limitless creativity.
Hover squeeze?
Redesigned Magic Keyboard with a
What the
function
hell's the
row
hover squeeze?
and haptic trackpad. It's sleeker, more portable, and forged
God
from
damn.
aluminum. Meet
Forged.
the game-changing, incredibly powerful.
Like, you know when you're doing game design at home on your iPad?
Yeah.
And you're like, I wish I had more power. Now you have more power. Like, I love Apple's commercials because they...
Advanced. Yeah, who's
doing
this? Who is this target audience?
You know when you work for Ubisoft completely off your iPad Pro? Don't you want to do that
The
better?
game's almost ready. Like, what?
No.
Let me just airdrop it.
I use 4 computer.
No, it's crazy.
That's insane.
I have an
Because
iPad.
Apple,
like,
yeah, they turned comments off. Oh, yeah, like, like, people would go off like, great,
these things
another,
have
another
only
thing.
one function. Like, the reason I use my iPad is to read. It's just a nice thing to read.
I know, but then I actually value less connectivity now. That's why I'll never get an Apple Watch. I like that it does not. This thing is just time. It will not tell me anything else. So when I leave my phone and do stuff,
You're out.
I'm out.
Yeah.
So I don't
I
like.
have an Apple Watch, but it's not even charged anymore. Like, I don't use it. It's just too much.
It's too much, right?
I just
Too
wear.
much.
I realize though there are
Because you probably get
moments-
like Gmail, right?
Not
And,
only
like,
that,
text.
but it's also tracking my heart rate, all
Yeah,
my
it tracks
steps,
a lot.
everywhere I'm going. Obviously my phone's doing that too, but now
Every
they have
time
2
you
points
see-
of contact. Like, that's too much.
Right?
Like,
Every time you see like an ad with like fucking like Luka Doncic, it sees your heart rate's increasing. Now it just fucking starts showing you shit. You're like,
Yeah.
you
It's
have
ve-
too much info.
It's very selective though, because when I first got the watch, you try to wear it all the time, and then you don't. You stop wearing it all the time, and you're like, I'll just wear it when I work out. But when we were in Montreal, I was like, oh, it would have been nice to have it a few times, just because then you don't always like have your phone on you physically.
Yeah.
And it's just nice to not always have to pull it out.
I know, but I'm like, that's what I like though, is that you have to pull it out to have access to it. I don't like that
imagine
it's
you're
always,
like-
I don't like that it's always
Imagine
there.
if you're like traveling with your girl in like Spain or something, and you have like a little bag, and you
Yeah.
have money in the bag, and you have like whatever the fuck you guys are smoking on that
Yeah,
trip,
yeah.
you're doing shit, whatever. Where I was like, oh, I could just fucking easily.
Trust it has a lot of like use to it. Like
Like wearing
especially when I
that
saw
shit every day, I don't think anybody needs that.
I saw Edward set up his camera and then press record on this.
Yeah, no,
when I saw that,
that's sick.
That's
I was like, okay,
nice.
that's
That's
incredible.
nice.
Yeah.
Like, so it has value, but like I said, I value
What
not
do you think about
having
that?
it
Think about
connected.
that. Him pressing it on the watch, that's nice.
No, but then
Or-
you can also see. You could see at the shot. Like,
You can see it.
press
You
set up
can.
with
You
the-
can.
Okay.
But like that's very nice. Or you edit out 3 minutes of the video because you started it a little early.
I know, but you don't know if you're framed if you're a rule of thirds in it. Like seeing it, not
the thing
pressing
is,
the record. Sure,
Yeah.
I'll press it. I'll go over there. But seeing it is huge.
It is
so
nice.
I go. Okay, I need to change it a little bit this way.
It is nice, but with comedy, you're standing up there.
Yeah.
Because I have the watch and you can do the thing.
Yeah.
But it's like it's not as seamless a feed as
you would think.
you'd think.
Yeah,
not
it's gonna be
perfect.
laggy, but
doesn't
I'll
have to be
stand
perfect.
still.
It doesn't,
I just
you're
want
right.
to see if I'm not my legs and my head are not cut off.
You
like
could
that.
you
That's
could be
it.
on stage like, okay, I'm framed.
Boom.
Record.
Yeah.
That's all you.
But it's
really
hard
need.
though too because with comedy, as soon as you hit the stage, the show's on. So you don't want to have too much that you're doing.
But all you're doing is.
But I'm not just talking comedy though. I make content
anything,
alone
yeah,
all
for
the time.
anything,
So that where I literally press record, I'll sit and then I'll go back, I'll watch it. I'm like, okay, I gotta move to the left. Go back, sit, record, go back. Okay, I'm good. Keep it in this spot. I would cut all that if I just had this
Apple
thing.
should have like cameras. Like the Mevo
Apple
cameras? You ever seen those Mevo?
Like the home security ones?
No, they're just like webcams, but
Yeah.
you can have 3 of them and then it'll cut it together for you or whatever. Apple should just have webcams that you can literally stream right
Oh yeah,
to your
we
phone.
we saw that on the road somewhere. Someone
Oh,
had 'em.
yeah.
Collingwood.
That guy in
Yeah,
Collingwood.
yeah.
It's like Apple should just have that.
Yeah. I'm surprised
Super-
they don't.
They are all creator focused, but
Well, they have like
not.
DJI, those like new pocket ones. Have you seen those?
Yeah, I have
Those
a.
are pretty sick.
I have
DJI
like
is supposed to be the best. The microphones you're talking?
No. So
They
DJI,
make like little.
They have
the hell are those
3D
things
They
called?
camera?
have cameras, but they're on like the gimbal. So like like
They make
when I
mini
shoot
gimbals.
with
They're
you
together.
in one thing,
Gotcha.
and then also you can set it to track someone, so you can like click on your face, and then the camera will just follow you.
Oh, that's huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a mini gimbal. It'll track, and
Yeah.
it's like on a thing. It'll do its whole thing. It's cool.
But then it's like you're saying Apple could make all these things, but it's like I was saying, they're very careful about new products they introduce
Very
because then, like I said, it dilutes everything.
Yep.
You don't want to dilute, brother.
You don't want to dilute.
Let's call it.
Let's call it. I don't know what the hell. Oh, that's the thing. All in one, huh? That actually looks fucking incredible.
Oh, it's
And DJI, they're fucking killing it. Dude.
Yeah.
Their microphones are the best.
the quality.
I love a simple
The gimbals are really good too.
user interface. Look at that.
Yeah.
Just a little toggle on the
Ronin-
left
Ronin
and just
makes a
press
nice-
record.
They have the DJI Ronin. That's a nice.
They're really good.
Those are
Osmo Pocket 3, it's 4K, 8K probably. What is it?
4 and 8K.
4K 120 FPS. That's amazing.
It's so many K you can't even handle it.
Ooh, okay. KK?
Yeah. Either way.
Every website's, every hardware has the exact same, like, you scroll down, it goes to a movie, it goes to a thing.
Yeah. This is like Apple's website basically.
All of them. Ever since Apple started doing that, the thing where it's little
Clean.
movies. Yeah, it's very clean. A lot of white space. Yeah.
Yeah.
And always that shot, which is what a shot. Beautiful.
Sex.
16 minutes charge, 3 times fast, 166, 26 minutes. So it's just built in. You don't even put in SD or whatever. Ultra long operating time.
Whatever
Does he put in an
engineer,
SD card or what?
Whatever engineer made them
don't know. I
okay
have no
with
idea.
80% charge in whatever time. Like 60 minutes to get you to 80%, but it's 40 minutes to get that next 20.
I know. It's all. It's
Well, do you know why? Do you know how that works?
It's charging chemistry.
Yeah, so basically it's like think of like a parking lot, right? So like when it's empty, it's easier to find space. But as the parking lot fills up, it's harder to find space to put
Empty
energy
space,
in.
gotcha.
Yeah, so that's kind of why
Damn,
the
that's
first
that knowledge.
80% is
That's that knowledge.
quick,
Yeah.
but then it takes a while to.
Yeah,
Yes,
I never
I
really
remember
understood
the parking
electricity that well. I don't fuck with electricity. Anyways, fuck electricity. Yo, the States, Toronto pull up this Friday. This comes out Friday, May 31st, tonight, 2 shows. Catch me at Free Times Cafe, ticket at abbaswahab.com. And then Brooklyn, Philadelphia, all of it. Seattle, Chicago, Austin, Houston, San Francisco, abbaswahab.com.
I'm at Backroom Comedy Club June 14th. Tickets at my Instagram and Linktree. Come there.
Peace.